Hello, everybody. I got a question recently this past week, sitting down with a couple as we were creating their retirement plan. And the biggest problem they had was not the solutions that we were going to be able to provide them, it was what to do with their previous broker. They had worked with this broker for several decades. They had helped them accumulate assets. They had helped them process through the loss of one of their parents. And they had a really deep connection with them. However, when faced with the planning requirements of retirement, do I have enough money? When and how to claim Social Security? How do I minimize taxes? They knew it was in their best interest to transition from a accumulation style broker to more of a specialized retirement planner. So it maybe bring up this question is maybe when should you consider switching from a traditional broker? And so brokers we all need probably at some form in our life. They're there usually to help us accumulate assets or fill in certain products along the way. However, you should know when you may not need that broker anymore is when you're bringing them questions that you're concerned about and they're being reactive to it. In this example, this person was asking for an income plan because they had all this money, they just didn't know whether they could spend it or not. And the broker would just kind of say, yeah, okay, maybe, maybe not, but wasn't able to provide a plan in place to show them exactly how much they could take, when to claim Social Security, when to claim their pensions, and which accounts to pull from. The second thing they had a lot of questions around was tax planning. They were very fearful of rising taxes, tax rates, as well as additional taxes down the road. And their broker just didn't have the capacity or didn't have the capabilities to answer questions around tax planning. So typically what I would tell people is once you're entering, the best way to know whether you should consider moving from an existing broker is usually around two things. One is if you're having a transitionary period in your life. Our specialty here at Capital City is around retirement income planning. So if you're about 5 years, 10 years out for retirement or already in, working with a traditional broker may not be the best thing for you. So any kind of transitionary period. The second thing is a good idea is if you're having to ask them questions and they're being reactive to things that you think are really serious, maybe like I'm too aggressive in the market or I don't want to see downside as much as I used to, or hey, what do I do about this tax increase coming in a few years, or how am I going to get my Medicare set up? Which plan should I consider? How am I going to pay for long-term care? If you're having to constantly ask questions of them and they're not providing definitive answers proactively, that's also a good sign. So for us, we specialize in that. So I would say look for somebody who specializes, who's raising the questions or answering the questions that you have proactively in addressing your concerns. The third thing I would look for is people that not only specialize in those areas, but also have some designations to back it up. If you're looking for a firm that's looking for tax planning, then generally it's a good idea to consider firms that have CPAs on file or on the team that can do in-depth tax planning. If you're big on income planning and you want an income plan, you probably want a CFP to do it. That's not always the case, but that's also a good first step to look at, or at least a third step to consider when choosing a proper financial advisor. So if you are looking for a retirement specialized advisor, I would definitely want to make sure that they're addressing all 5 areas that we deem as the most important things when it comes to retirement planning. First and foremost is an income plan to show you how much you need, maybe how much you want in retirement, and how do you turn all that stuff that you have, like Social Security, pensions, investment accounts, rental accounts, into paychecks that will never run out and are after taxes adjusted for inflation. Number 2 is a tax plan. If you believe taxes are going up in the future, then you want to have a plan that addresses not just your taxes today, but paying less taxes over your lifetime. The third is investments. Yes, we want to have investments. Yes, we want to focus on rate of return, but in retirement, the goal of investments change a little bit. Sequence of returns matter more. Income production may matter more. So somebody that focuses in those types of investments as well. The fourth is healthcare. You've got to choose between Medicare plans, most likely. You've got long-term care issues. So those planners better address Medicare and long-term care in the plan. And then the last thing is estate plan. You want everything you have to go as efficiently to your loved ones, your churches, your charities, and not get held up and go to the government for that. So if you're looking at a retirement planner specialty, they should address those 5 things: income, taxes, health care, investments, and estate plan. With that, you should be on good footing for that.